Good morning, world. It's your girl, Dominique Spinelli, on this good Friday. How you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Let me show you the fit. Hold on. Cutesy. Not doing too much, but I'm cozy cutesy. Then we got the hair. Herring. Yeah, cutesy. I am here ready to lay down the snooze on today. It is Good Friday, and I'm hoping that we get to leave a little early, because that will be great. But regardless of any of that, I've got things to do today, things to edit and get in line. I bought my tickets for the rodeo today for next week, and I am excited because I got an outfit for the rodeo. Let me tell you, I've been waiting to whip this shirt out. It's so Tennessee, but this is the thing, right? I'm not from Tennessee, so I didn't want nobody to think I was assimilating. I bought the shirt because the shirt is fire. If I lived in New Jersey and saw the shirt, I still would have bought the shirt. So just be on the lookout for next Friday, because the fit is fire, and I've been waiting to wear the shirt. Okay, outside of that, I'm just gonna clean my house, hang up my clothes. You know, your girl shops a lot. Your girl thrifts a lot. So there's clothes everywhere. They're clean clothes. There's just clothes everywhere. So I'm gonna start doing that and see if I can kind of break down my closet to see if there are things that I don't need or that are no longer me in my wardrobe. But I know it's not true. I know it's not true. I know it's so terrible to say, but like, I'm every woman. It's all in me. Who do I feel like today when I wake up, right? And I've got an outfit for every version that I feel like when I wake up. So, yeah. I guess then the question should be, I should ask, who do I want to be, like in general in life, and only keep clothes that look like her. That's still about 87% of my closet. Whatever. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing this weekend. I'm going to clean my home. And yeah, and then we have church on Sunday. So that's the plan. I'm going to rest and clean my home. These last few weeks have been strenuous. February was a strenuous month as far as like activities. There was things to do every single week. And I didn't get a lot of time to like decompress. So yeah, now we're on the up and up. All right, let's lay this news down, shall we? Shall we? Turn it down a little bit. Okay. Most schools in the Kenton area are out today in observance of Good Friday. The Friday before Easter is the day that Christians commemorate the crucifixion and death of Jesus Christ. For Christians, the day is observed mostly worldwide and a day of reflection for prayer and fasting. Good Friday is sometimes confused as it marks a sorrowful event and has an older meaning of Good Friday, which basically meant holy, leading up to the hope and joy of Easter Sunday. We Care Ministries will be closed today and Saturday in observance of Easter. They will reopen at their regular hours of 1 to 5 Monday afternoon. After the death of 2 8th graders in a Clarksville school bus crash last week, Tennessee Senator Mark Pody has decided to take action regarding bus safety. Senator Pody plans to introduce a bill on school bus safety regulations during next year's legislative session. The bill could require school buses to have lane assist, collision detection technology, and seat belts. Federal regulation currently only requires seatbelts on smaller school buses. In the past, the National Highway Safety Administration In the past, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said they couldn't find enough proof to require seatbelts on larger school buses, so they left the regulation up to the states. Following a year of steady unemployment, Tennessee began the new year with a slight decline in its jobless rate. According to data According to data from the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development, the state unemployment rate for January was 3.5%, down 1/10. I ran through that comma. Okay. The state unemployment rate for January was 3.5%, down 1/10 of a percentage point from December. The report said Tennessee continues to outperform the national unemployment rate, which was 4.3% in January. Throughout 2025, the volunteer state was able to maintain a stable unemployment rate, which ranged from 3.5 to 3.7% each month. The county-by-county jobless report for January will be released next week. Weakley County will not have an early voting period for the May 5th county primaries. The Weakley County Election Commission explains that because there is no opposition in either the Republican or the Democratic Party, there will not be an early voting period. All voting in the primary election will be on Election Day, May 5th. That's Chris Brown's birthday. Cinco de Mayo is your man on the floor. If he ain't, let me know. All right. Changes to Martin's. I know that I should probably just read this from the computer. Hold on. Okay, I'm still going to try. Okay. Changes to Martin's fire service fees will be discussed at the next city board meeting later this month. Martin Fire Chief Jamie Summers explained to the Finance Committee why the city currently has a rural fire fee in place.
Rural fire fees are set because we do not get any money from the county, none. And we cover around 99 square miles of county for doing, out of our fire service. With not getting any county money, then our services are still paid by the city taxpayers. And so the rural fire fee was implemented to offset what the public pays for taxes to support the fire department. And so we implemented that. It was implemented years ago, and that's gradually crept up, because of the way that, services and all that. And so what I'm proposing is not to change the $100 fee a year, but we're going to look at increasing our service charge, which the service charge is actually when we respond to them.
Chief Summers said that rather than change the fee, the department would like to make changes to the service fee.
I'm looking at going from $750 service charge to $1,000. Indirectly, I was notified that insurance companies set fire service rates in $500 increments. And so, really we're leaving $250 on the line, because they set them for $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. And then on an unpaid, going from $2,500 to $3,900.
Chief Summers also said adjustments need to be made.
That's added to cost minimal of 4 hours that we're putting for a rural fire. And on the rural fire response service charge, we have to pay people to come in because we're taking city resources to the county. And so we're bringing people in to cover the city because, the way that we respond. Because people who get rural, if they pay their rural subscription, they get the same services, what the city does.
The next Martin City Board meeting will be April 13th at the Public Safety Room in the Martin Police Department. Okay. 84-year-old U.S. Senator Mitch McConnell says he is honored and humbled that Kentucky lawmakers want to recognize his decades of service. Kentucky lawmakers passed House Bill 757, a measure filled with tax changes and incentives and a permanent statue for U.S. Senator Mitch McConnell. It would be inside the Capitol's rotunda once it opens from ongoing renovations. However, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, a Democrat, has taken issue with the move, saying he's not in favor of it, hinting he'll veto the statute provision in House Bill 757. A Murray Insurance Agency owner was arrested this week for insurance fraud and theft. Graves County Sheriff John Hayden said 59-year-old Glenn David Ramey was charged with fraudulent insurance acts of $10,000 or more, along with theft by failure to make required disposition of property of over $10,000. The arrest and charges stem from an investigation by Graves County Sheriff's Office detectives involving a Graves County church. Reports said the church had been defrauded over $10,000 relating to insurance coverage paid, with the agent never purchasing policies for property or liability coverage. Detectives also learned that Ramey, who is the owner of David Ramey Insurance Company in Murray, had fraudulently misused funds paid to him and his business for the purpose of purchasing insurance policies. The offenses are alleged. The offenses are alleged to have occurred from 2022 through the present time. Ramey was arrested Wednesday at his business by sheriff's detectives and an investigator with the Kentucky Department of Insurance. A Carroll County man was sentenced to 15 years in federal prison for possession of child pornography following a guilty plea. 59-year-old Chad Isbell of McKenzie used a cell phone to record himself sexually assaulting a 7-year-old child. The child's mother reported the video to the police when she received it by way of social media. In addition to the sentence, U.S. District Judge J. Daniel Green put an additional sentence of 5 years of supervised release. Isbell admitted that he made a video and stored it on his cell phone. Meanwhile, Isbell will be back in court on a pending indictment in Carroll County Circuit Court, where he's charged with unlawful sexual contact with another alleged victim of 13 years old. Last one. The Commonwealth of Kentucky has announced its site development funds for 16 projects in 18 counties. Governor Andy Beshear said $12.4 million in state funding. Governor Andy Beshear said $12.4 million in state funding was approved for speed to market and site development initiatives. Included in the project funding was the Fulton County Fiscal Court, on behalf of the Fulton County Industrial Development Authority. The Kentucky Product Development Initiative provides to boost investment in site and building upgrades to support jobs and economic growth. Funding of over $45,000 was awarded to perform due diligence for Enterprise Park in Fulton. The Ballard County Fiscal Court, on behalf half of the city of Wycliffe. Okay, let's try that again. The Ballard County Fiscal Court, on behalf of the city of Wycliffe, was also awarded $50,000 to perform due diligence on a 30-acre site along the Mississippi River. Okay, that's that. And I'll lay down the sports now because I'm already here. Here's your sports news. A Dresden High School senior will join the Bethel Rifle team. Senior Myra Morgan signed to Bethel University yesterday afternoon in her high school library. She is vice president of her class and one of few girls on the rifle team. Miss Morgan explains what trap shooting is.
Trap shooting, there's 5 of us in a line, and there's a big concrete, they call it a trap house, out in front of us. We're like 15 yards away, and it throws little orange clay targets just out. It throws them out, and you just shoot them. And so it's pretty self-explanatory. There's not much to it, but it's so much fun.
She tells us how she discovered a love for the sport.
I started shooting like rifles and stuff, you know. I grew up out in the country, so that was just something like everybody did. We all shot rifles. And I ended up going to one of my dad's friend's son's graduation parties when I was probably 8 or so. I was probably like 8 or so, and saw the boys were out there, they were shooting skeet. They had just a little trap thrower in the backyard, and I wanted to try, and my dad didn't think I would. And so he was just kind of joking with me. He's like, no, you won't do it. So I went over there and did it to prove a point. And I shot, and I busted it. First time I'd ever shot a shotgun. And I was just hooked.
Why she chose Bethel University.
To college, I wanted to stay somewhere close to home. And, you know, Bethel's only 30 minutes from my house. I have a lot of friends that go to Bethel right now, so I have a lot of connections there. And we went and toured, and it just felt really personal. Like the connections, it's such a small school, you know, everybody there knew everybody, and it was just like, it felt like home. It really did. And when they offered me a scholarship, and they gave me the chance to come and practice with them, everybody there made me feel really included. You know, they were all so welcoming. They, you know, joked around with me, made me feel like I was at home with them. And so I knew that that was definitely one of my top choices. And then after, you know, receiving my scholarship, I just knew, like, that's where I wanted to be.
Myra tells us her long-term goal is to become a teacher in Weakley County.
I'm going to school for elementary education. I would like to come back and teach in Weakley County somewhere. Preferably like 1st or 2nd grade, but I want to focus in pre-K through 3rd.
The Murray State men's basketball program set a record this past season for ticket revenue. In the first year under new head coach Ryan Miller, the Racers posted the highest single-season ticket revenue in school history. Murray State reported a 25% increase in the ticket revenue following the 12-3 record at the CFSB Center on campus. The men's basketball program also saw a 92% renewal rate for season tickets, which was the largest since 2022. The Racers ended the year with an average attendance of 5,233 per game, which included the 12th all-time largest attendance against Indiana State, with 8,083 fans at the game. Well, golly. Okay, let me just clean this up a little bit. Right there. Delete. Okay. Sports. Next. UT Martin totaled 12 hits but fell to Morehead State 12-8 in the first of a 3-game series in the Commonwealth. The Skyhawks fell to 15-14 overall and 3-4 in the Ohio Valley Conference, while Morehead is 13-16 and 2-5 in the OVC. Matt Olson, Dominic Smith, and Mauricio Dubon hit solo homers. Ronaldo Lopez gave up 1 run over 5 innings, and the Atlanta Braves coasted to a 17-2 victory last night over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Luke Evangelista scored the only goal of the shootout in the 8th round, and the Nashville Predators tightened the Western Conference playoff race with a 5-4 win last night over the Los Angeles Kings. That's sports on WCMT. I'm Domine Spinelli. Okay. All right, y'all. That's news. I'm done here. I'm going to start chopping. And yeah, I hope you have a good Friday. See you later.